Great job attacking the opposite side of the body.
See the flexibility, exactly.
Nope, that's where he keeps losing it, Mike, as he keeps floating up to the waist, going to the seatbelt position.
Yeah, and it's tempting to want to do that because you can see that hip. You're so close. If you just throw that arm over, you got it. But these guys at this level are so good, and Ferrari in particular is just stingy. Great job with the funk roll. Now working out backdoor with this reach around.
Oh, he's in trouble.
AJ Ferrari is going to win it in sudden victory. Gets the takedown. He knocks off Aiden Sinclair for the second time this season. And the Hawkeyes have another semifinalist. This one in the name of Angelo Ferrari.
What a tournament from Iowa. Man, no risk the entire 7-minute match. Allows his opponent to get deep in on the single leg, funk rolls, leg passes, comes out on the backside. And the only time he was in on the leg all match, he scores. This is where you talk about being efficient. It's not just getting to the leg. You got to have the ability to finish with efficiency, and he does that well.
And it's got to be frustrating as a coach to know that your guy is so good if he can get in that position, but he waits until overtime. But, I mean, it's a relatively proven formula. He comes out on the other side pretty often, and now he's in the national semifinals. Madcast
coverage here in Cleveland. Shane Sparks with four-time All-American Mike McMullen. Special guest Jordan Burroughs, Olympic champ, two-time national champion. Where do you keep your NCAA championship trophies?
We bought a new house, Shane, this summer, my wife and I, and our family moved in, and I had so much of my old wrestling memorabilia that had been sitting in storage lockers when we were living in an apartment in Philadelphia. We had no place to put it. My wife allowed me to designate an entire trophy room.
Nice.
So all of the memorabilia that we've had throughout our career. And so they just kind of sit, they collect dust, but it's a nice conversation starter for guests who come to the house.
For sure.
They want to come and check out the belts and all the good stuff.
You get to keep one of your awards. Only one. Which one are you keeping? Which one means the most for whatever reason?
Which one means the most? I would say my state championship, my senior year of high school, is only a one-time state champion. That's the story I tell all my athletes. I've won more world titles than I did state titles. So the wrestling is a long journey. It's a marathon, not a sprint. But the most important, valuable, actual trophy or medal is the Olympic gold, for sure. They're rare. They're hard to come by. There are a lot of NCAA wooden trophies throughout the world. There are very few Olympic golds.
Won that one in 2012.
That was a long time ago, Shane. It's a long time ago. One of the things that is important to me and pertinent is you have to love the game. What happens is I won my Olympic gold the first time I tried, right? So a year after college, I was already an Olympic champion and world champion, best in the world. I spent the rest of my career pursuing that goal and trying to replicate the success that I had as a young man. Unquestionably a better wrestler, but unable to replicate the success. And sometimes that took me to a dark place emotionally. I think you have to recognize that if you love the game, you want to play it no matter what, even if you're not finding the success that you once had. And so that's been a learning process for me. That's what I'm trying to inject and infuse into All I See Is Gold Academy back in South Jersey. And hopefully we'll have a lot of our young athletes here in a decade wrestling on the big stage.
You've wrestled a lot of people over the year in unbelievable tournaments. When you think back to your experience at the NCAA's, toughest match you ever had at the NCAA tournament?
Ooh, that's a really good question. Like, you know what? We were thinking about the fab freshmen in history, thinking about all of the guys in this tournament. You know who was a fab freshman? One of your teammates when I was wrestling that everyone was talking about was Jason Welch. Right? He was the guy. He was the guy coming out of high school, coming from California. He was beating up on everyone. He had a phenomenal style. He was a great scrambler. He was hard to slow down, scored a lot of points. And he was a guy that I wrestled my national championship year at the national duels. And it was a close match. One of the few matches that I didn't win by bonus points during that season. And he was an extraordinary wrestler and someone who I enjoyed training with, who helped me get up to my Olympic run in 2012. He was someone that I really enjoyed spending time with. He's the head coach at San Francisco State.
Yeah, one of the best men at my wedding, and the head coach at San Francisco State, Chomp City, the Gators, Division II.
And you and I always playing these games with hometowns, Sicklerville, New Jersey. I'm going to go Jason Welsh, Walnut Creek, California.
You nailed it. East Bay.
Nice.
East Bay legend.
He was extraordinary, man.
He was
extraordinary, and I probably shouldn't say this on air, but man, Northwestern's struggling right now. I know this is a program near and dear to your heart. I know they've got good leadership. I miss the days of those guys being extremely competitive. Ryan Deacon and, you know, Sertsis and yourself and Yaya Thomas and Sebastian Rivera, all of the guys that they've had over the last decade. It's hard for me to watch and see them in the space that they're in.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm going to agree with you. I was looking at the guide that Jason Bryan put together in the history of wrestling. Northwestern's been a perennial top 20, top 25 program as you think about All-Americans, national championships, qualifiers, etc. Obviously, I'm very biased. I think it's a great product to sell, and you've had to draw to some top talent over the years that want that balance of academics and Big Ten competition. But yeah, the landscape's obviously changed, and I think, you know, we as a leadership team at Northwestern, I'm involved in the Wildcat Wrestling Club board, and we're figuring out a game plan, and we want to get back to that because we have a great history, and we know we can be competitive in this tournament, especially when you see programs like Stanford, Penn, Cornell, you know, Michigan. There's a lot of potential in athletes that want, you know, the best of both worlds.
197-pound quarterfinals. On mat number 3, the #1 seed, Josh Barr. Stanford's Angelo Posada toes the opposite line. Battle of All-Americans.